Hey guys, so I promised a lot of people that I'd do lay it out all on the line about Slab City video, and so that's what this is. Now that I'm done with the what went on at Slab City and whatnot while I was there, and I want to say it's just a real mixed bag, guys. A lot of people probably just want to hear me rip on it. Some people want to hear about it being solely a hippie paradise. And I kind of seen stuff out there that promoted it as, both sort of places. Um, Neither one is exactly true. You have your old hippies that have been out there for ages. I mean, there's people that I talked to that had been out there for 30, 40 years. And some of those people were actually some of the coolest people I've ever met. And in addition, you have your younger hippies, I guess you would call it, call them, and they're out there. They wanted to check out a society. One set that I like to kind of note have a really cool thing going on out there. There's this guy Charlie that started what's called East Jesus out there in Slab City, and it's an art community where it's like a communal living, and they all live amongst art that's being created out there, and they have over 4,000 watts of solar and electricity, and they got a gourmet kitchen and everything else, and so it's about a sustainable living within art. And so I thought that was a really cool place, especially when almost everything there was like repurposed, and it was just a neat feeling there. And I wish I had been there longer so I could have hung out with them more and maybe done a night at the fire and just hanging out and chatting with them. They had a real neat setup. I thought what Charlie did to start that was cool, and I thought what they were doing out there to keep it going was cool too. You do have your troublemakers out in Slab City. You do in all walks of life. In some ways, they're a little bit more troublemaker, but you know, that's kind of kept in tabs a little bit just by the community there. If the elders have a problem with it, and elders, I mean the people that have been out there longer, and everybody like has a respect for those people, or tends to have a respect for those people. So if they note that there's an issue with behavior, a lot of times all the slabbers will get behind them, and then that creates a situation of authority there, and I guess in a way a law. You also have your tweakers, and you have your crazy people that are out there. I only really witnessed a couple of flare-ups while I was out there, and then I heard of some after I left. And there's some people that just they see things way out of the box and things can kind of explode out there. So if you're the kind of person that's easily pushed around, you don't want to be out there. Just because there are certain people out there, the troublemakers and stuff, that they're going to challenge you, and if you're not willing to stick up for yourself, kind of like prison politics, then you can have some troubles. But it's not all about that. You have a ton of snowbirds out there as well, and there's places that are very safe that tweakers don't really go out into. Most of the time, the people that I would call crazies aren't really acting necessarily crazy. They're just there because they can exist, And overall, it's somewhere I want to go back and I want to experience more sometime. It's also an experience I think everybody should have, as long as it stays. I would be pretty disappointed if it disappeared, but I wouldn't necessarily say everything is great about it. I'd sure love to see the grounds kept up more, although that's not as much the regulars as it is. From what I experience, people that are just there short term seem to be a lot worse about dumping trash than the people that live there. Yeah, sure, around some of the older campsites it looks real messy because a lot of the stuff is all secondhand stuff that we in general society would throw away, but they actually use it and make it useful in a lot of cases. Obviously, there's dumping that goes on out there. I've seen people that I didn't see actually hang out in the slabs, go in there and just dump stuff, and so it would be nice if it was a lot better cared for. It would be cool if somebody that cared about the society out there purchased the land and let it still exist. It's got its good and it's got its bad. Um, you, if you can't, like I said, if you can't stand up for yourself, or if you go out there and you're gonna act like a tough guy and not respect people's campsites and whatnot, you're gonna have problems out there, and you could even become unsafe for you. But if you go out there with a good attitude and you don't stir up problems and you can stand up for yourself, it can be a very much safe place. So that's my 2 cents. If you got any more real specific questions, I'm more than happy to answer those about Slab City in another video. So get out there, guys. Connect with people. Make sure you're living your big story. And please be doing something every day to help reduce world suck. Peace, guys.